Olivia interview, take one.
I do like to read. I was rereading the Harry Potter series.
Sorry that was so loud, George. Sorry. Good luck.
I know
with
you're
it.
not worried. Thank you.
Welcome to Columbia, South Carolina and Spikeball's Co-Ed Summer Series. Today, you'll see 4 of the best teams in the world duke it out to determine who's best. These players have traveled in from all over the country to prove they have what it takes to be crowned champions. To make it to the top, teams will have to set, spike, and dive their way into eternal glory. The road won't be easy, but for one of these duos, the prospect of taking home the title will soon be a reality.
Welcome back to Spikeball's Co-Ed Summer Series here at Columbia, South Carolina. I'm Joelle Nguyen, here with Michael Sue, and we'll be your commentators for this match.
Here we have Jenki and Hamilton versus Bies and Miramontes. All 4 players, top players in the nation. Jenki in particular being ranked the #1 women's player in the country. Bies himself being one of the top players in the country for a few years now. Hamilton serves to Bies. And Bies is going to get the nice push. Hamilton is there, though. And he's going to volleyball hit that on. Bies with a good touch and hit. And what a great rally to start us off. Jenki finishing it off with a pull shot right out of reach of Bies. Good set over the net by Hamilton. And you'll see that Jenki pulls it right out of reach of Bies. Bies reading the hit a little bit too late. But great effort from all the players there. Again, Hamilton with another touch. And Miramontes with the soft touch, but Bies is unable to get there. You'll see here that Miramontes gets a touch up, and you are allowed to hit it a second time if the hit is in an upward trajectory. And great shot by Bies. Hits it straight into Jenki. Jenki unable to get it back up for Hamilton to get this set. And Bies is going to serve 1-3.
Looks like that serve is too high, so he's going to have to take a second one here. And that hits rim, so that'll be Olivia Jenki up to serve 4-1.
Jenki and Hamilton with a nice lead. Miramontes and Bies need to make some plays to get back in this. And just like that, Miramontes shoots the ball right over Jenki, getting them the point. Miramontes to serve 2-4.
That was a close one. Miramontes is known for her really wide cut serves as well as her very fast jam, so you really don't know what's going to come at you. But it looks like she can't find a serve here, so it's going to be Hamilton up to serve 2-5.
Hamilton steps out left with a nice lefty serve. And Bies is going to flick that right away. Miramontes with a great set over the net. Let's hear more about her and what goes through her head as she plays.
I think that I like to run down balls and get a set back on the net from far away. I think that's a lot of fun. Looking at the defense and kind of being aware of where they are. Not all the time that you want to like lead your hitter, but I think that if you see an open space, you really want to like make sure that you capitalize on that.
It is great to hear so many things going on through these players' heads. And if Miramontes can keep giving Bies those perfect sets right over the net, they have a very good chance of bringing this back from the little deficit that they're in. Bies is going to drop that on. And Bies gets a great touch. Kalin with the set, but it's a little bit too much over the net, and Bies tries to just get it on, but is unable to put that one back on. Jenki up to serve 6-3. Goes for the left. And that is going to be a fault from Jenki. And that's going to be an uncharacteristic double fault from Jenki. She's going to be disappointed in that because she takes a lot of pride in her serves.
When I step up to hit my serve, I usually like to think about what the receiver is not as great at. So if their left-handed serve receive isn't as great, then maybe I'll throw in a lefty, maybe I'll hit a drop shot if I don't think they can get there quickly enough, or, you know, that.
And we'll be looking for some more of those great serves from Jenki Miramontes with a nice serve. And Jenki with the left. Bies there for the touch. And Bies able to read the defense and drops that on with his left hand right out of reach from Hamilton. Great defensive awareness coming out of Bies.
Miramontes is now up to serve 5-6. Let's see what serve she puts on here. Nice serve from Miramontes.
Hamilton sends that up high. Miramontes runs it down, puts it back on with her left. Jenki there.
Come on.
And Jenki drops it on again with the lefty drop. And Miramontes unable to get there. She saw Miramontes was backed up a little bit and decides to try and get that short hit and succeeds. Great touch by Hamilton. Great set by Jenki. Right over the net. Those recovery sets are so hard to do, and it enabled Hamilton to just send that off to where the defense is nowhere to be found. Hamilton lines up. Goes for the righty serve, going to try again with his second. Hamilton has both a right hand and a left hand for serves.
Come on, Thomas.
And we can hear the crowd cheering these players on. Bies lines up for a second serve, 6-8. Drops it on. And great footwork by Hamilton, and is able to slam that hit into Bies, who gets the touch, but it's a little too far out of reach for Miramontes to get back to the net. Jenki lines up 9-6. Miramontes drops it on, but Jenki's there. Jenki flicks it, but Bies runs it down.
What a great set from Miramontes to keep this team alive right here.
And Hamilton with a great flick. Miramontes is there. This rally never ends. Oh! A rare mistake by Jenki. The set was a little bit too far off the net. What a great set by Bies right over the net. And what an even better touch by Jenki. Positioning her body right where the ball was going. But they're unfortunately able to finish that off. That was a huge rally and gives Miramontes the serve, 7-9.
Great serve from Miramontes. Almost gets the body up right back to Bies, but doesn't quite get it. Looks like it gets caught in her shirt or right between her arm and her body.
Hamilton with some fakes. Bies is going to call that serve bad. Hamilton lines up for the second serve. And that's going to pocket it up too high. That's going to be a double fault coming out of Hamilton. Bies up to serve, 8-10.
You're right, come on.
And great touch by Miramontes. But she goes for the drop shot once again and doesn't hit it hard enough, and that's going to be a double hit on the net. And that point is going to go to Jenki and Hamilton. They go up 11-8. That's a double fault coming out of Jenki. Miramontes needs to make something happen. She needs an ace, or she needs to generate a bad touch to get them back in this. Jenki with a nice receive. And she sends that off into the crowd. Bies is unable to track it down. Great receive by Jenki. And Hamilton with that nice set over the net. Jenki able to split the defense there. Hamilton with a nice lefty cut. Bies is there. Great touch by Jenki. And that's going to lip up. Miramontes is there. What a rally. All four of these people playing defense very well. But Bies sends that off. No one is there to track it down.
High fives all around the net after that great rally.
Great defensive awareness from all four of those players. Bies lines up to serve, 10-12.
Looks like that serve will be too high, and Hamilton elects not to play. Ooh. What a flick from Hamilton to put that ball into Kalin.
Jenki's there for the defensive touch. And Jenki with the left. Bies with a great dive, reaching for that ball, but he is unable to get there. And you can see Hamilton keeps setting the ball right over the net. He's trying to give Jenki those hits that will split the defense. So that's also great defensive awareness coming out of Hamilton. Bies with the cheeky drop shot, sees that both his opponents are too far off the net, and is able to get that drop shot on. Miramontes serves 11-14.
Great serve from Miramontes. They need to get this back to keep them in the game right here.
And what a rally. Bies with a great body. And
the crowd loves it.
Bies is going to get that point back on, getting them another break, keeping them alive, 12-14.
Great serve from Kalin, but Olivia gets it back. And that'll be game 1, going to Jenki and Hamilton.
Great hit by Jenki, pops it up above Miramontes. What a great game coming out of these 4 players. And what great sportsmanship, high-fiving around the net as we move on to game 2.